Welcome back to Mr. Chen's math class. Yeah! Alright, today we are going to continue with algebra. But before we do that, we have to do some revision. In year 6 and year 7, we learn how to add fractions, right? What's the rule? Well, when we add or subtract fractions, the base numbers must be the same. The denominators must be the same. So in the next 60 seconds, let's learn how to do these two examples. 3 and 4 are different, so I'm going to multiply by each other to make them the same. 3 times 4, 4 times 3. Top and bottom. So times 4 here, times 3 here. Next step, 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 3 is also 12. That's what we want. Same base before we can add the numerators. 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 3 is 3. 8 plus 3, 11. And 12 will stay. And that's how you solve it. Right? Now, what happens here? You can see the 3 and 4 are exactly the same. We do exactly the same as here. How do I make them the same? I will multiply by each other, right? So, 3a must multiply by 4b. 4b must multiply by 3a. Top and bottom, you see? Exactly the same principles here. Can you make the connection? It's so important, okay? That's why we did all this in primary school. In high school, we become more advanced. Okay, let's go. 3a times 4b, algebra. Integers times by integers. 3 times 4 is 12. A times b is ab. Next, exactly the same. 12ab. That's what we want. They are the same now, so we can add the numerators. Let's go. 2 times 4b. 2 times 4 is 8. b remains b. Okay? 1 times 3a, well, 3a. Now, when the bases are the same, we can simply add the numerators. That's the rule. Alright. So ab plus 3a. A and b cannot mix, so we simply write 8b plus 3a, and we just write 12ab as the denominator. See you in the next video for subtraction, multiplication, and division. Yeah! Make the base the same. Make the base the same. Alright, back in primary school in year 7, we learned how to add and subtract fractions. What's the rule? Make the base the same. 4 and 5 are different. How do I make them the same? Well, I'm going to multiply by each other. Let's go. 4 times 5, multiply by each other. 5 times 4. You gotta do it top and bottom. 5 times 4, 1 must also times 4. Here, 3 must also times 5. Now, step 2, work it out. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 4 is also 20. That's what we are trying to achieve. Make the base the same. Now, let's multiply the numerators. 3 times 5, 15. 1 times 4, 4. Okay? Now, we can work the numerators. 15 take 4 is 11. And the base stays the same. Bingo! We could do this all night. Let's have a look at what happens when we have 4 and 5b. Well, principles stay the same. Make the base the same. 4a times 5b. 5b times 4a. Top and bottom. Every time. Now, work them out. You can see that these two are exactly the same. 4 times 5 is 20. A times b is ab. 5 times 4 is 20. AB. Okay, we write them alphabetically. Now, work the numerators out. 5 times 3, 15. B. 1 times 4A, 4A. Okay, now we work the numerators. 15B minus 4A, they are different variables. We can't do anything with them. So we have to write them as they are. Let's go. 15B minus 4A. Copy the denominator. What happens when you multiply two fractions? Well, it's like walking across the bridge. We simply multiply across. So 2 will times 4 and 3 will times by 5. As simple as that. Let's go. 2 times 4 and 3 times 5. Let's work them out. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 5 is 15. Can I simplify? No. That's the end. Alright. Similarly, when we have algebra, we do exactly the same. We times it across, working across the bridge. Alright. 2A, 2 times A, times 4A, 4 times A. So basically it's 2A times 4A on top. And here, 3B times 5B. What does all this mean? Well, 2A means 2 times A. And times 4 times A. Same here. So everything is multiplication. Here we go. 2 times 4 is 8. A times A, well, A to the power 1 times A to the power 1, you add the powers, so it's A to the power 2. 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1. Alright, similarly, 3 times 5 is 15, B times B, power 1, B to the power 2, B squared. Can I simplify? No. That's the end. Alright, see you in the next video for division. Yeah! What happens when we divide fractions? Okay? Well, when we divide fractions, we have to change the division into multiplication. And we have to turn this fraction upside down. Okay, remember?
When I talk to my friends so quietly.
Keeping the first fraction the same. We change division into multiplication. We change it. And then we swap these numbers around. And then we multiply across, crossing the bridge, right? 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 4 is 12. Can I simplify? Yes. I can divide by 2 because they both have 2 inside. It's a factor. 10 divided by 2 is 5 and 12 divided by 2 is 6. Can I go further? No. That's the answer. Similarly, when we have algebra fraction, we do exactly the same. We keep the first fraction the same. We change division into multiplication. And we swap this fraction around. 5b goes on top, 4a goes down here. And then we multiply across. Crossing the bridge. 2 times 5 is 10. A times b is ab. 3 times 4 is 12. A times b, b times a is ab. Now we can cancel the common factors. A and a goes away. B and b goes away. We have 10 and 12. 10 over 12. Can I go further? Yes, I can divide it by 2. Like we did here. So the answer is 5 over 6. Exactly the same.